They shouldn't exist. Something is spitting matter into existence. Unstoppable, untouchable, uncontrollable. A place where time flows backward, where the end of one universe could be the birth of another. A place where physics collapses, and the impossible is law. The monsters science can barely whisper about. Or are they the dying screams of an ancient universe leaking into ours? And what we might find could rewrite everything. No one's ever seen somewhere in the deep dark of space. There may be places where the universe explodes outward, not inward like a black hole, not pulling everything in, but rejecting everything. A place where nothing can enter, and everything must flee. A white hole. And it may be the most exotic thing the universe has ever refused to show us. People doubted they were real, until we started seeing their shadows, watching stars whip around invisible monsters, catching their violent feasts in X-ray flashes. Unlike black holes, which devour light, time, and everything in reach, white holes do the opposite. They spit matter out. They cannot be entered from the outside, and they explode with energy, like a cosmic heartbeat that only beats once. In the 20th century, black holes were once just a math trick. In 1915, Einstein published his theory of general relativity, a revolution in how we understand gravity. Soon after, a German physicist named Carl Schwarzschild found a strange solution to Einstein's equations. It described a region where gravity becomes infinite, time stops, and nothing, not even light, can escape. A black hole. But that solution had two sides: a future singularity, what we now call a black hole, and a past singularity. A region where matter emerges from a point of infinite density, unstoppable and untouchable. That was the white hole. The math didn't just allow it, it required it. For decades, scientists treated white holes as mathematical ghosts, possible but unlikely to exist, until we started seeing black holes. They were once considered science fiction too. Now we've photographed one. So, what if white holes are real too? Here's one reason people take them seriously. The idea of symmetry. Nature loves opposites. For every particle, there's an antiparticle. For electricity, there's positive and negative. Black holes destroy. White holes would create. But how could such a thing exist? Some physicists believe that black holes might actually become white holes after an unfathomably long time. How? Enter loop quantum gravity, a theory that tries to unite quantum mechanics with general relativity. In this framework, gravity doesn't crush matter into a singularity forever. Instead, it creates a bounce. The collapse of a black hole rebounds, spitting everything back out in the form of a white hole. This theory was proposed by Carlo Rovelli and Hal Haggard in the 2010s. In their model, a black hole doesn't die with silence. It erupts as a white hole billions of years later. The matter it once consumed is released again, like a cosmic resurrection. We can't test it. We can't approach them. And if they exist, they may be some of the rarest, most short-lived objects in the cosmos. Still, the universe has a history of turning fiction into fact. Another fact? Some gamma-ray bursts, the most powerful explosions in the universe, appear suddenly without warning and defy our existing explanations. A few physicists have wondered, are we witnessing micro-white holes blinking into existence? Others go bigger. Could the Big Bang itself have been a white hole? The place from which all matter and energy exploded outward, space and time included? Some models suggest the universe could be a baby cosmos, born from a collapsing star in a parent universe. What we see as a Big Bang, they see as a white hole on the other side. And that raises a disturbing thought. Some believe that every black hole has a white hole on the other end. Not in our universe, but in another. What falls into a black hole here is shot out somewhere else, like a one-way wormhole. Some physicists call it an Einstein-Rosen bridge. Others, a gateway, a possible explanation for how energy and matter are recycled across space, or across dimensions. But white holes? Time runs outward. They could be bubbles of reverse time, where the arrow of causality flips, where effects happen before causes. Now imagine something stranger. What if white holes aren't stable? What if they flare into existence for moments, brief explosions of matter and light, and vanish before we can spot them? Could black holes in our universe be giving birth to new universes right now, through white holes hidden beyond our reach? There's no proof, not yet. But there's a haunting logic to it. White holes may also explain one of science's biggest paradoxes, the information loss problem. In a black hole, information about the objects it swallows seems to vanish forever. But physics says that can't happen. Information must be conserved. Some think the answer lies with white holes. Perhaps the lost information is eventually released, not in our time, but in a distant, explosive future. So why haven't we seen one? Maybe they happened long ago, and we're only seeing the ashes of what they left behind. One final twist. If a white hole existed and you approached it, you wouldn't be pulled in. You'd be repelled. Gravity would push you away. The laws of physics would reject your presence. Not because you don't belong, but because nothing can belong inside a white hole. It would be a cosmic door that slams shut in your face, but only after throwing its contents into the universe. A one-way valve in space-time. A scar from an older reality. A whisper from physics itself saying, there's more to this story. White holes are the riddles that come after the answers. A phenomenon that only exists on the edges of what's possible. Maybe they're the final stage of a dying star. Maybe they're the seeds of the next universe. Or maybe they're just waiting to be discovered. We thought black holes were impossible. Until we found them. What's waiting for us next? A new kind of mystery. A new kind of physics. A new doorway into something else. Perhaps white holes are the echoes of old universes, or the birth cries of new ones, or a warning that some places in space do not welcome visitors. So next time you look into the night sky, know that somewhere out there, maybe right now, something might be tearing its way out of reality. And we wouldn't see it coming, not until it's already gone.